Hey there everyone, welcome back to Crusader Kings 2 Holy Fury. So Scandinavia, as always, is doing fantastically well. The British Isles, not so much. In fact, there doesn't seem to be any Britons left, just mostly Scandinavians with a few pockets of Germany and Italy. It is worth noting that Tuttle Redcheeks here, King of Scotland, has declared war on all of Italy for Scotland. Good luck to him with that, I guess. I remember now, we're setting up to go to war with Germany. That might actually be a tough war. Also, it would seem that as the border war gets worse and worse, Aquitaine is slowly but surely becoming one of the strongest kingdoms in Europe. I think that currently probably goes to France. The Abbasids are starting to fall apart. They've lost these two rather substantial chunks of land. They haven't expanded in any meaningful way. The Byzantines are, probably falling apart, I would say. Adrianople exists. Epirus is mostly in control of the Balkans. The Byzantine Empire is really just the Kingdom of Anatolia at this point. Khazaria is looking hella strong still. But I mean, if we want to talk about strongest people on the map, it's probably either this Indian Empire or the Empire of Tibet. These are probably the strongest players in the East. And it's still only a matter of time until the Abbasids finally break down into nothing. There's a pretty substantial revolt in Galicia Volhynia, but I don't really see any way to take advantage of it. So it looks like I need to actually handle the marriage game. I have 14-year-olds who are about to come of age and aren't betrothed. That just sounds like a very large hassle that I don't want to deal with today. So my sick plan is to just not worry about it and play suboptimally. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on this war with Germany. And hilariously, we're not going to get anything out of this war. So a main point of this war is to get a border with these people so that I can ask them to vassalize to me. And if they say no, I can just conquer them. It's fine. But I need to border them to do that. And the only way I can really accomplish this is by declaring for either this tile or Frankfurt. So I'm going to go with Holy War for Lorraine. And we can probably hold off on that for a few days. Which seems like a good call because the whole world is coming to their aid. So I'll be back with you once we're actually conquering Germany. Alright. We're all in positions. We have 35,000 men ready to invade. Good luck, Germany. What's your total levies again? It's apparently leading troops down here? Well, he's on this boat with a maximum of 200 men. That's a bit weird. This is why the Merovingians are going to die out. What is this? What are you doing? Anyway, he has a max levy of 3,000, so good luck with that. Oh, hey, I have a new genius son. Spain? Spine? Sure, I'll go with Spine. So we're continuing to elect women to lead our merchant republics, despite their inability to matrimonially marry. Seems like an odd choice, but okay. 7% attrition's a bit too much to stay here, so I'm just going to assault. Low garrisons, because that's already been sieged out. And I don't have forever, so I'll assault on anything that's remotely reasonable. And we can't really assault again because that killed everybody. Slight upside of having lost all of my troops, now they won't take any attrition damage. And I may as well just raise my levies now. And start having them group up wherever I expect to have the most fighting go down. Because I can use them to win these battles and get some extra war score. Watching my retinues grow back faster than sieges kill them is ridiculous. We have now elected the Jarl of Froker as my heir, who is a 15-year-old frail kid. Good job, team. I enjoy your sabotage. It looks like he's trying to undo my hard work. We'll have to put a stop to that eventually, but I'm not super worried about it right now. And I guess I should call my allies. If you guys would like to stop yourselves from being pillaged into the ground, that would be great. This is a fairly large army. I kind of don't like how far away this guy is from everyone else. It's looking like we should probably group everyone up instead of doing what we're doing now. Somebody get to work on that, because I am a little bit worried here. We're also going to start moving our levies down once they finally get out. Yeah, so we have a 10,000 levy from our 4 counties. That seems pretty reasonable. We're going to move them down to actually deal with this. Split these two up, because they can't stand in one place for very long. And we've captured, nobody. He sure looked important based on the little crown. But everyone has little crowns, apparently. We captured 6 people there. None of them worth war score, but some of them probably worth money. Not a lot. 8 for 116. And here we've caught another small army. Who is this? One of the revolts is coming to help fight us? No. We're hostile to this revolt, but it's just fighting Trier. This is where they're revolting. I think I might take some time away from my war to stop that, because I do want that land. Every time I declare wars, the peasants think now is the time to strike. It never is. He's apparently revolting over here with all of 900 men. Eventually we'll slap him down. We're kind of busy just now, though. I don't know about this 3,000 versus 17,000 thing that's happening. Yeah, it didn't go well for him. Captured another 4 prisoners. Just gonna ship them off before they break out of jail. 4 for 106, seems fair to me. Effeminate lunatic. The disrespect. To the raging sodomite tag. Now that was perfectly accurate, actually. I am both a berserker and a homosexual, but that's one hell of a way to start your proposal to ransom off a prisoner. To the raging sodomite dag. May your years be short and miserable. I accept all your terms. Like, what? What kind of letter is that? Captured quite a few new people, as always. And I do want to make a point to come fix what's happening in Trier, because I really don't want them to lose. And we don't have time to do this. We're going to be assaulting some of this. An army that's at full manpower should just do an assault so they can regenerate. It's just making use of the retinue resource. Using prestige to expedite a war. Oh, whoa. Everyone hold up. Is this the Pope again? The Pope's here to fight. Let's all go stop what we're doing and fight the Pope. And where are my levies at these days? Are they in this fight? Oh, they're here. They're under this other fight. They just don't care. Took me a while to figure out what I was looking at there. So the Pope gets absolutely ripped apart. Well, 11,000 of you to go there. And then we split back into the territories that we're actually trying to siege. 10,000 can take 3,000, absolutely no problem. We killed an enemy commander somewhere. What's actually getting sieged down? Oh, right, yeah, you. I just sort of forgot that I have this land. It doesn't feel like I own it. 12,000 versus 6,000 should be a landslide victory, but I'll watch and see if I need to help. And the answer is absolutely not. It's a landslide. Not even close. Oh, hey, Trier can handle itself. It actually has 4,500 men. It just hasn't been using them. We're just capturing people forever. It's kind of upsetting how many people we have captured. It's a wonder they have any commanders left. Oh hey, Jarl Roker grew up, and he's still terrible. Invalid? Oh, I've got gout, that's what he's talking about. Fair enough. It's a wonder anything ever gets done in these wars with how many times we get interrupted by children being born. Whoa, hold up. Yeah, we captured... that was a king title, wasn't it? So first of all, 5,000 people are coming, we kind of need to defend ourselves. Second of all, one character for 70 must not have been a king then, unless the king can't pay for himself. We captured the king of Pomerania! Well, I mean, that's just unfortunate. What do I do with them? I figured I'd just sacrifice him. It seems like a reasonable thing to do. Is mutilating him more fun? Yeah, I'm just gonna sacrifice him. 150 piety, 300 prestige. This might be the... Yeah, this is the first time we've ever sacrificed a king. Good job, Pomerania, you came to the wrong country's defense. Oh, and now I'm able to usurp this chiefdom. Excellent. Who's supposed to have Lesser Poland? It looks like it's this man. So I'm going to reinforce again. What's our current manpower in this war? Only 40,000. We've lost a substantial number of troops. Rather than reinforcing, I'm going to cut off the people who are escaping. I'm going to send this back. to reinforce eventually. And we can get back to my master plans once I finish rearing children. I may have underestimated the amount of troops, but the siege is finished, so we can move into help now. Yeah, 11,000's kind of a lot. I think somebody else must have moved in. I knew one group was, I didn't know two were. This fight should finish, and this should be reinforced, preventing an outright loss, so we should still win both of these fights. No, it seems they just crumpled and died with 5,000 men left. Well, good job whoever was leading that. The answer's probably no one. It's still fine, we'll just win the fight the slow way. It looks like both routed armies showed up in the same tile. Capturing dukes. We'll just keep running them down. Yeah. So, if that previous fight hadn't went quite so horribly, that would have been much smoother than it was. It kind of pisses me off that the one fight we lost was 9% war score and all the others were like maximum 4.5%. Because, like, the fight we lost wasn't substantially more important in any way. It's fine, we'll still win. It's just moderately inconvenient. We just capture everyone every single fight, it's kind of silly. We'll keep running down this army, and we will once again ransom everyone off. 8 for 320 sounds good to me. There's only 3,000 left running away. I'll just send 5,000 men to deal with that. Have the rest stay behind to continue the siege. And these guys are just running back and forth at this point, but I'm going to keep chasing them. Are you fucking kidding? The Sultan of Africa is sieging my capital? And he took my +2 axe? Get the fuck out! Why are you here? Why does Africa keep showing up in Upland? Hey, Victual Brothers, where'd you spawn in this time? Same place you always do, huh? Drop them off up here, we'll deal with this the hard way. Why does Africa always actually send troops? They're fucking down here! Why are they so willing to participate in wars against me? Yeah, we should be able to win this no problem. They're already out of morale. Move this up, and I'm actually going to put in the best commanders I can find available. Let's continue micromanaging the hell out of this war. Somebody finally put down the peasant revolt. Good job, guys. I swear, we've captured several of these people like 3 or 4 times each. They need to stop paying the ransoms. They're clearly bad commanders. I'm going to assault this so that this one can intercept the new army. If I assault here, I might be able to stop them from escaping. That seems worth. Yeah, we get there before they escape. That was definitely worth doing in my eyes. We have more troops than them. So we'll just start moving now. And we're going to see how this fight goes. Oh, he just gave up. Yeah, he surrenders. Good game. So, everyone back to my lands. What the fuck is that? Alright, everyone back to this tile instead. Title can be usurped. Sure. Now, since I border you guys, are you willing to admit that you can't be far away? Hey! He realizes that I'm not far away from him now. Good. And you, do you realize the same thing? Good. Alright. That's one of the weirder wars I've had to fight to expand my landmass, but it's fine. We might have only gotten 1 tile in the war, but give me a second. Dear uncle, peace be with you. I accept to swear fealty to you and serve as your vassal lord. One of my kids grew up to be a great eminence. In fact, it's the one that I need to get married, and he's great. Strong, shrewd, diligent, and ambitious. This guy is fantastic. He's basically a worse version of what Magnus was 40 years ago. So, what are the de jure duchies here? Lower Lorraine, Upper Lorraine, Picardy, and Trier. I can create Lower Lorraine. And to the guy running Julik, I'm going to give Lower Lorraine. And everything beneath it. And now if I check it out, I've only got Trier and Lower Lorraine as my vassals. if I go over to the actual world view, we can see that this is a much larger chunk of land than it might have seemed like I was originally claiming. The war with Germany is much better than it initially seemed to be. I don't care about these people at all. I've changed my mind. Get out. We're actually going to move up to this tile since we need to get on the boats once we're done. Oh, hey, Poland's back. Right, yes, because we killed the King of Pomerania and he had Gavelkind, he was also the King of Poland. It split in two. Hey, Poland, how do you feel about getting conquered? Right, my levies are raised. We can think about that in a bit. You know, I don't know why we're voting for her, because she's not a good character. But she does allow tanistry, right? Yeah, if they put her on the throne, she'll allow tanistry. I'm down with this. I will even back this candidate. Which might, of course, make us stop voting for them. Alright, so everyone's back in my lands. These people aren't related to me, so go for it. Now that they're back in my land, I can dismiss my levies. And what are my retinues these days? 20,000? That's it? I lost half of them? Is one just somewhere else? Did I stack wipe a shitload of them? It looks like I just lost exactly 50% of my levies during that war. And that was rougher than I expected it to be. So in that case, this should be 10,000 once it grows to full. And this 8,000 stack is actually already severely injured. I'm going to split it in half and send it over to stand menacingly near Poland. And I can seclude myself in prayer, gain a lot of piety, but what would I even do with it, really? I'll get over it eventually. And I'm going to start upgrading land just because I have nothing else to do with all of this prestige. I feel like I'm too old to go for the Blood of Alexander at 56. I'm going to assume I'll die in a reasonable time frame, unlike my predecessor. So just now, we're still waiting to get everyone to the boat so we can split them up properly and pillage with them. Yeah, somehow that doesn't sound like accepting a peace offer to me. Oh, a single county chief? A Tingri single counter chief died? Why do you think I would care about this game? Come on now. So we split this into 8 pillaging bands, and it's time to go back to conquering the world. By conquering the world, I mean robbing the whole world blind, but those are pretty similar ideas when you get right down to it. So that war with Italy doesn't look like it's going super well for my guy. It's actually 75% in his favor. Oh, that would be because of all this, wouldn't it? Well, it looks like it's backfired everywhere that I can see. Hopefully it goes well for him. I'm a little bit upset that Africa stole my +2 axe, but let's be real. That +2 axe is like one of the least valuable things in this treasury. Like Immortal, the Filker's Crown, the Bleeding Lance, the book that my dad wrote, Finger of St. John, these all seem much more important. Technically, I should care about Fury and the Sword from Heaven and Ravager, but, like, not really. The only thing that's less important than the +2 axe is the Skull Trophy and the Magnificent Painting. Man, poor fucking Novgorod. They're just not even Novgorod anymore. They're named Khazaria, and if they weren't subjugated by Khazaria, they wouldn't be Novgorod anyway. If I remember right, don't they only have the title because I'm choosing not to take it? I don't know if I've conquered enough. Maybe I should conquer some more, you know? You ever look at your empire and wonder why you haven't been at war in a couple of days? So Poland should just have a terrible levies, right? Yeah, a little bit. I guess we're going to... I was joking. I was going to lead into that's why we're pillaging so much. How are your domain... How the fuck are his domain levies only 246? Well, we're gonna go punish him for that, I guess. So we're gonna do the same thing we always do to this exact tile. We're going to fan out, hit everything that's in Germany, leave these 3 alone, because we don't want to deal with France and Australia and Germany all counterattacking at once. And, it's just so hard to justify not conquering Poland right now. Holy War for Greater Poland gets me 4 tiles. That's really good. How is this against the will of the council? I actually can't even click to see why it is. That's a bit weird. Well, I'm going to assume that if I look at the council, it becomes obvious why. We have 3 loyalists and this guy all voting, I'm guessing, for Magnus, huh? Oh no, it's actually for Total Red Cheeks. This is Magnus, though. Well, if Total's getting people to vote with him, I don't really care, but Magnus is clearly fucking things up for me. So I guess let's just put the leader of the Saxon revolt on my council. I'm sure that's not an insult to anyone. And let's try to declare this war again. Now no one cares. And I need to assign commanders. They all seem to be dead. Funnily, I've assigned the 2 Jarls in Germany to my commanding staff. Oh, that's great. Of course they need to be commanders, right? They are literally in my kingdom because they conquered foreign lands. And this should be a walkover. Even though I don't have the manpower to siege everything down. Who is this? Bavaria just showed up with 3,000 men instantly. I guess they were already walking around. Point being, though, they have no manpower, so even though I can't siege all of this... Even though I can't assault all of this down, I can still just destroy them. And as always, there's no downside to me just calling my allies. I'd rather them not lose all the war score automatically if they can manage it. I'll raise my levies this time, but rather than instantly leaving, I'll start clearing out the dudes who are walking around up here. For instance, Africa is still fucking here. Is he actually fighting me? Yeah, he is. Alright, I'm just gonna reinforce that then. And let's actually watch this fight. Enemy commander slain, great news. Let's figure out who's losing real quick. The Eastern Front, as always. The Western Front as well. We're losing on all sides, except for the middle, which is the part that matters. Eastern Front again. It's fucking 9,000 horsemen. Let's not fight that. These guys look like they're going to lock and try to reinforce into a losing fight. Yep, that's exactly what happened. One of my commanders right now, who is literally leading this fight, has just usurped something. Also, I didn't realize that I put my son and the king on the front line. I shouldn't have done that. Well, not my son, but my kinsman. Yeah, all the horse archers on the Eastern Front kind of messing my shit up a bit. And we're going to start using these guys to push everyone out of our land. They shouldn't be here. Oh, wow. That's one hell of a turnaround. They just won. Are you serious? Enemy commander slain again. What kind of fucking troop quality do they have? Because this guy's not a good commander. That's ridiculous. Like, how the fuck did you guys win? You're outnumbered by so much. Oh my god. I might need to replace my terrible light infantry retinues. At some point, very soon, I need to look into how war works. Because I clearly enjoy the game a lot less when I watch things like that happen, where it's like, oh yeah, I can stop watching this, we've won. It's 10,000 versus 3,000. They're about to be reinforced for 1,000, but they're also about to break, so we just win. And then I come back and we've lost. I need to figure out how the actual mechanics behind war works, because it's making things like this a huge hassle when they should be walkovers. Everyone stop what you're doing, back on the boats, we're gonna go win this war. Grumble, grumble. The good news is we've only stack wiped like 1 retinue from that. I'm a little bit confused. Because that guy is literally not one of my commanders. He's not dead, right? Like, he didn't die in the battle. You know, I think I might have lost that fight. This is why I need to learn how fucking fights work. This guy has way worse martial than any of my commanders. He was leading. I think somehow he ended up supporting the fight and leading from his troops. Like, this is him, right? Yeah, this is the Pomeranian army. Somehow he ended up leading, and he's a terrible commander. And I think that might be why we lost. Like, I just need to figure out how wars work in this. I usually brute force through them, as you have no doubt seen by now. And not knowing how it works when I'm trying to optimize things like this is causing me to lose in really unsatisfying ways. We're still going to brute force through, it's just going to be a lot slower and less fun. We have to kind of be careful with what we do with this army, though, because it can just get knocked down again. I actually don't mind if I die. That's fine, you can kill me. I don't even know who you are, but go get it, girl. They're leaving! They don't even give a shit about the war! I don't know how they won, and they don't either. Like, shit, I'm not running that risk again. Alright, so take 2 on this whole war thing. Somebody else is also winning a war against them. I should probably check who, right? For Kuavia? Oh, alright, you get 2 tiles out of that. Yeah, sure. It's one of my vassals, so it's nothing important. It's actually nothing but good for me that we're both declaring wars at once. I feel like I knew you and cared about you. Ah, that would be why. You had the blood of Caradog. It's alright, your siblings aren't doing as well as they could. One of them seems to be in jail a bit. Isn't it you that's important? Don't you have meaningful kids? Well, you had meaningful kids. A lot of them seem to have died. Here's the one that matters, though, which is what counts. We keep getting by. And these are the ones that matter still. After I wrap up this war with Poland, I'm going to need to play the marriage game, which will probably be between episodes. I'm not going to subject you lot to that. As always, the King of Scotland gets fucked by Ireland because of my wars. Sorry, by Italy. They both start with I's, and one of them makes sense, but that's not the one that's true. Okay, we've got like 9,000 people around. We need to be careful here. And in fact, we actually need to reinforce this now. And set up our commanders now, because we're going to inadvertently start this fight. We're already locked into the movement. Actually, that's what I thought, but I'm apparently completely wrong. So apparently this guy was in Galiz and not here. He just really looked like he was over here and moving right. He's actually in this tile moving right, which is why he's all the way to the left. That should probably be worked on a bit. So having grossly overreacted to the situation at hand, let's assault. We're going to redirect our levies to the one tile that we've missed, and we're going to assault through the rest of this. Good joke, somebody else sieged it the moment before we got there. Holy Warrior in the center sounds great. Take a heavy infantry leader on one of my flanks. And a rough terrain expert, not that either of those are particularly useful. Is he coming to fight me? That seems like a bad call. Yeah, he is. They should get smashed, right? Like, I know my armies are bad, but come on. They're not that bad, right? Yeah, always give them diligent if I can. I think I just gave myself stress, but it's alright. I'm letting assassination plots on me go through. So clearly me being stressed isn't the worst thing in the world. So right now, we're miles ahead. Somehow, the King of Pannonia is leading again. I don't understand how this keeps happening. Like, he's literally not my commander, right? Yeah, there are no kings on this council. You can see that if I scroll way the fuck down to the 11s, he's down here. He's not one of my commanders. Somehow, this man is always leading the middle, even though he's fucking terrible. Like, we were here before the fight started. These other 2 are my generals. Aren't they? Yeah, this guy's one of my generals, and I'm pretty sure the other one was too. Actually, only one of these guys is one of my generals. This is also not one of my generals. I don't know how this man keeps showing up and leading my armies. It cannot be making things easier for me. Apparently, I'm at fault for this because it doesn't look like there's any allies here. I'm very confused. Let's wait for the fight to resolve and see how it plays out. We're still winning by landslide. Our middle is crumpling, but we've won. It's fine. And he wants peace. Sure, I'll take the peace offer. Can I unpause and let this battle play out? Alright, now I'll take the peace offer now that I've captured all of your people. You know, that's double digits. That's kind of a lot of dudes. Now I'll take your peace offer. And a big part of doing that isn't actually to, get all the captives, but to crush the army so that the people who are sieging for these 2 territories actually win their war too. And with that, Poland is pretty much gone off the map. That's the end of them as a nation. So let's dismiss our levies. And we're down to only 1,600 retinues. We need to calm down. We're going to send half of them up here, the other half back to my capital. And eventually these will grow out to be stacks of 20,000 and not 8,000. As always, we can't really see the realm prosper. We want that message to go away. You remember that time in history when Croatia was more or less evenly split between Africa and Scandinavia? Yeah, me neither. That would have been weird, right? So that's 2 wars down. I think I'm done for the night. I really need to let my retinues replenish at this point. I just beat basically the entire world for real. And I did it sloppily too, because I don't quite know how fights work. So, hopefully, I'll actually buckle down and learn the mechanics behind combat in CK2 before you see me next. But for now, I'm calling it a video. This has been Rather Incoherent. I hope you've had a good time. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that shilly channel growth nonsense. I'll see you around.